Well, hey you guys, welcome to the channel. My name's Jeff.
My name is Jeff.
Today I'm going to tell you about 3 stocks that I'm going to buy this week. I'm going to tell you why I'm going to buy them, and most important, I'm going to show you how I decided that these 3 stocks made sense. So if you like learning about investing and trading, you are in the right place. Stick around and I'm going to show you these 3 stocks and what you can learn from them. Boom! Let's do this one. I am experimenting with a new way of trading. I've been reading and learning a lot. My most recent book I've been reading is called High Probability Trading by Marcel Link, and I've learned some really cool things from this book. And one of them, which I've never really followed before because I've been more of a buy and hold investor, is this idea of following a trend, following stocks that are trending upward. Let me share with you what Marcel Link in this book says about becoming a better trader. He says, becoming a better trader means first and foremost trading with the overall trend of the market. This alone will increase your chances of success dramatically. Trading with the trend can make the difference between being a winning and a losing trader. So he goes on to explain this concept of retracements, which are also known as pullbacks. But anytime the stock goes up, 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 but then it comes down considerably. And what he says is, never rush into a trade just because you know the trend. Waiting for some sort of retracement will increase your chances. Look for retracements of 38.2%, 50%, and 61.8%, or wait for the market to go back to its trend line. So, what he's saying here is just think about ways to wait until a stock that's trending comes down. So I've identified 2 stocks that have currently entered retracements. One is represented by this blue segment of the ring, and that's Vistra Energy. And Vistra is down about 17% during the past month. And the other stock is Aspen Aerogels, represented by this orange segment of the ring, and that is down about 18% during the past month. And so what I'm doing as my experiment, and mind you, this is an experiment because I don't know how it's going to work out. If I did know how this is going to happen, how this will play out, then it wouldn't be an experiment. So the independent variables are things within my control, and that is buying these 2 retracements. And then what I'm going to have is a controlled variable, which is Axsome Therapeutics. Now this is a stock which has not entered a retracement. In other words, it has not had a pullback. So this stock, Axsome, has been going up, and it's just reached about $80 a share as of now.
Look, we could bicker about this all night, but what's done is done, Dad. Are you guys going to invest or not?
I also want to buy this stock. I want to buy this without the retracement because then in a month I can look back on this and see what happened, whether the retracement investing trading worked better or whether just buying a stock that happens to be not in a retracement worked better. By the way, if you're new to the channel and you're not yet subscribed, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and that way you'll be able to see that video in about a month and get the results of my little experiment on retracements. So one of the reasons I'm buying stock in Axsome Therapeutics, I've just been learning about this company a lot. I really like the CEO of the company from the videos and the things I've read about him. And the company has 2 drugs which are already FDA approved, and then they have a pipeline with like 5 others. So while this is a very speculative investment, and I don't know when the 5 drugs in the pipeline will get approved or even if they will be approved, I kind of like this company, and rather than wait around on it, one of my kind of new approaches to investing is to buy it because I feel strongly about it, make a note in my trading journal about how I felt, what the price was, and then revisit this in a month or so and just see, was this a good trade? Maybe I need a longer time frame. Maybe it's going to be in 3 months or in 6 months. But I want to look back and see, does understanding the business, does liking the CEO, and does understanding the 2 drugs that have been FDA approved and the 5 drugs in the pipeline, like, did that turn out well? Because next year, I may have the same feeling about an investment. I might be excited about it. I might understand it, but then maybe that's just not enough to make it a good investment. So I feel as though keeping a trading journal, this is something I've learned that a lot of really successful investors do. I think it makes sense, and it doesn't take a lot of work. You can use any kind of notebook. Just write down why you bought the stock, the price you bought it at, how you felt about the trade going into it, and any other details that will kind of help you when you look back on this in a month or in a year to kind of see which trades worked out, because there may be common threads through all of the decisions you make as an investor that happened before the successful trades, and then you'll be able to repeat that. And you may have certain tendencies or behaviors or ideas before you went into trades that were unsuccessful, and you kind of want to keep track of what were you thinking or doing before you made those trades so that you can avoid doing those in the future. So I hope you guys have found this interesting. Again, it's not investment advice. It's just showing you something that I've learned in this book about high probability trading and sharing with you my thoughts about putting this into practice. Because I feel as though if I read a book like this and the author feels strongly about following a trend, but specifically buying stocks when they retrace or pull back, well, if I don't put that into practice, then I'm just passively kind of reading the book and not doing anything. I feel as though if you want different results in life, you have to take action and do something differently. You know, I've got the courage to give this a shot. It's not easy for me because this takes a lot of work. You know, to earn the money that I'm going to be putting into these trades is hard work. And, you know, I think there's a tendency when you've earned money from whatever it is you do to kind of want to go out and spend it on stuff. Some things you need, maybe you're going to go buy stuff you don't really need. The Vistra trade I'm making is with cash that's in my account because I got stopped out of a trade. And I'm just giving you this info because you may be new to the channel and don't know that this year I've tried using something called a trailing stop loss. And this is a technique that I've learned from my reading, which means it's a way of protecting yourself on the downside. So when I placed a trade to buy Vistra Energy, the blue one here, earlier this year, within a minute of placing the order to buy it, I went and after the order executed, it filled and I own the stock. I went and I placed a sell order and a special kind called a trailing stop loss. So what I did was I got to choose the amount, whether it's a dollar amount like $5 or $10, but instead I chose a percent and I just chose 20%. And so what I told my broker through, you know, the website, actually I was using the app on my phone, but what I told them is if Vistra Energy stock goes down 20%, sell it. And that's actually what happened. Vistra Energy went up, up, up over the course of a couple months, and then it dropped down, and over a few days' time, it dropped 20%, and so it sold at about $86 a share. And over the past few weeks, I've kind of been sitting there with the cash in my account because I got stopped out. But I've been thinking, you know, I really like the company and I want to own it for the rest of the year if possible. And so now I'm not emotional about it. I got out of the trade without losing money. I actually bought the stock at 75 and it sold at about 86. So I actually made a small profit. But now I'm just going to go back in, and I'm going back in with the money from the sale of the stock. I'm just reinvesting it. And then when it comes to the other stocks, the Aspen Aerogels, I'm actually putting $2,000 of my own money, new money, into Aspen Aerogels. and the Axsome Therapeutics is another $2,000 of my own cash that I'm investing into that company. So I just want you guys to know, because $1,000 or $2,000 is a lot of money, and I understand that. I do not throw these sums around easily or carelessly. So when I go to make a purchase, this has a lot of thought. I've been taking notes. I've been considering my motivations. I'm considering alternatives, other stocks I might buy instead. But after all of the kind of thought and research, I have the courage to act on it, which is what I'm going to do on Monday, which is July the 1st. So when you're watching this video will be the day I will have either already bought it or about to buy these stocks. And if you're a follower of this channel, you will be able to see how these 3 stock decisions worked out over the next month. I'm so glad you joined me today. It's always fun to talk with you and share my thoughts, some of my ideas, and what I'm working on. If you have any comments about any of these 3 stocks, Vistra Energy, Aspen Aerogels, or Axsome Therapeutics, please let me know. And I really look forward to seeing you in the next video.